this ain't good. All right, let's look at this thing. So, the videos have been a bit sporadic. I haven't been able to record much, nor have I been doing much, apart from trying to keep the cars on the road. I haven't had much time to record or even work on cars apart from just normal stuff like servicing and working on the MX-5, which I'm not documenting because that's pretty much not my car anymore. So that's now my partner's car. She's been working on that and I've been doing some stuff, but whatever. So I'm not documenting that, not my problem, which is kind of a relief for once. Garage is getting there, it's a bit full at the moment. Got the 4-age Corolla in here and partner's MX-5, which you would have seen a little while ago, but the MX-5's finally nearly on the road, just needs like a couple more things. Then this thing will start getting pulled apart. That's the gist of what's going on. Been really focused on getting this out, so we've got 2 cars to drive while I pull the Corollas apart. So we need at least 2 cars and I don't want to drive the FC all the time. So finally got this part concreted this weekend. So it's kind of like the final piece of the puzzle for the shed build. So today, I've just pulled this out. That's what FC rear end looks like. Some kind of stupid semi-trailing arm thing, which is, there's a front subframe and the diff sits on top of that and to the chassis, and then it has these swing arms here. So it's a bit weird. Your camber's controlled by like some other arm that comes up vertically here or some shit. I'm not exactly sure yet, but we'll mess with that. Doing this one Jimmy work style in the carport because firstly I can't drive across that yet because it's just been done, and secondly we've got 2 cars in there, so a bit silly on my behalf, but decided to try and get my arms in here, so I'll show you them in a sec. Try and get my new rear end in, which is all adjustable except for the diff. Still want to get a better diff. That's still the viscous, which is a bit shit, but it's better than other viscous cars I've driven, but still not great. I'm doing my first official drift day. Done a couple skid pans, but there's a drift day. Doing the Winton skid pan with Levelslide with Mikos and his mates. So it should be fun. And then before we go, I want to get the rear end in because I want to have some grip and not wear out my tyres instantly. Speaking of tyres, right here. So we got a couple sets I bought off my mate George a while ago, and they're finally put on the panners. So the 8s and the 9s are on the bottom. The 9s look pretty sick with the skinnier tyres instead of the big ass shit tyres that were on there before. These ones, what are they? Bloody Federals. Been told not to run them by an expert. And then I've got some new Rodex on my rear tries, 225/45. So these ones went down a width and a profile, or maybe just the width affecting the profile, but yeah, it's like looking sick now. Pretty happy with that. Can't really see the stretch on the camera, but they look pretty sick. Pretty happy with that. Massive shout out to Shannon from SM Works for those. He got the tyres for me and fitted them and swapped all those for me. So ready for next weekend. Now we just got to get the rear end in the car so these don't get destroyed about that much. Hopefully we'll get at least that much destroyed. Should be nice. I'll show you the rear ends next to each other when I get them in the garage. Fucking big diff. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was, to be honest. Ooh. This is not good. Didn't know that was like that. So that'll probably help a little bit with handling and diff control. Replacing that. Let's get the other rear end out and have a look. What a good idea. What do you think, Ruby? So I didn't explain this yet, but nothing's ever easy around here. Struggled getting that out and take the exhaust off, which was pretty easy, but hard to get to because of the angle of the car and I put in the driveway. But getting the fucking diff out was all right. All the bolts pretty easy, all that relatively easy. Nothing was seized up, that was all cool. But then getting it down, one of the points grabbed at the front left. There's 4 kind of main bolts, the whole arms and diff and whatever, subframe. One of them grabbed, so it all tilted down like that. So to lift it all back up, I had to get 2 jacks under there. Oh my God. And then trying to get it out, the car wasn't high enough So then I had to try jack it up a little bit more and only just managed to squeeze it around the side. If I'd have been more prepared, if I was in the garage for one and on ramps, would have been way better. Or even out there with the ramps under the wheels at the front, get a bit more height, but whatever. But then I've just realised my front end is under all that junk, isn't it? Here's part of it you can see. Right, here it is. New rear end for the FC. So, stock subframe. You can see there, it's the semi subframe, something or other, I don't fucking know. Stock arms, rear arms, that's just normal shit. But then I've got pretty much entire Part Shop Max, Parts by Max catalogue to go in it. And then the guy bought it off, custom made this bracket. I think it's just a reinforced stock bracket like that, the one that's ripped. So hopefully it's right. Then we've got this one. See, I think it goes here. All right, yeah, so that goes there. And that, I believe, is the one that actually adjusts your camber. Seems super weird, but it actually lengthens that and lowers or lifts your subframe like that, which in turn affects your camber. It's a fucking super weird setup on these, and it's just a singular arm that does that as well. As you can see, there isn't one on the other side. So that's your camber adjuster, and then caster and toe is adjusted by this rod here. So that replaces this one on here. As you can see, that replaces that one. Goes across there to the arm. Then we've got, I believe this is the diff bush, and the deal with this one, should open one up and show you, it has a spherical joint in it, so it can actually pivot and allow the diff to move properly, or something. We'll figure it out, won't we? And then on the arms, one of these is the DTS eliminator, I think. I'm trying to remember, I've already done it on that arm, so I'll double check that, but you've got this solid bearing there, solid bush. What that does is, FCs actually have a rear steer feature, so under load they tow, and it's just like a compliant bush, they're pretty shit. So you want to get rid of that. So solid bush there. This is also, I think, a camber link. That link just connects in there to the front subframey thing. From what I can tell, it's just about like 5 mil shorter or something. Comparing them like that. I think this is a stock one, it was in the bag. So I think that's like a 5 mil difference. Don't know how much you can see there. You can kind of see they don't line up. So that obviously adjusts that a little bit as well, but these are non-adjustable, but they are serviceable at least, so that's good. And also, you know, like semi-spherical, that's not going to bind up. And then he's just put in a poly bush at the front. It looks like mine didn't have that either. A lot of good upgrades. And then another big part of it is all these joints are spherical. So that'll make all this way more solid. All that's better, that's solid. And then that as well, spherical. So just a big upgrade for the rear end. We'll be able to adjust the camber now and the other parameters as well, so it's gonna be way better. Everything's coming along, shed's getting there. A lot of big progress lately. Oh, well, I got it out as well. My exhaust I got done by Primal. Look at how nice this is. Me, monkey client, wants a double exit, but yeah, no, did an awesome job on this. All V-banded, new muffler. How good's that? Yeah, just sick job on that. Sounds so much better, so much nicer, a lot more clearance. Yeah, get this thing together for this Sunday. So it's currently Monday, public holiday. Sunday, drifting, so got to get this in this week. Worst case, we put the stock back in, but we'd be able to probably do stock and arms easily. Like just replace these, put in the camber arm, replace that. Wouldn't be too hard. We can put in that full arm. Only thing will be that's kind of difficult is to get these in. So I'll work that out. Maybe we'd be able to do it here if we freeze them or something. That could be a good idea. But fucking let you know how I go. Alright, so this morning decided to try and start getting these bushes out. Just got the bushes out of the subframe. It's a bit of a fuck around. They split into like two, which is, I'm pretty sure, intentional. So even have a split in the rubber at the top. So I'm sure that's meant to happen. But the way I'd seen a lot of people do this is to drill this bit out, which made sense. I mean, that's so rubbery and then it sticks up so you can't hit it or anything. So I drilled that out, which was a bit hard on the first one, then pretty easy on the second one. Kind of got a technique. The first one, the sleeve, came out pretty easily. I just hit it from the bottom and kind of see how many times I hit it. Not heaps, but kind of hit it from the bottom and just push it out. Tried that with the second one for ages, which you'll see me struggling with. It's this one here. This one just would not budge from the bottom. Had a real good purchase on this lower one here. So you're hitting from this way, trying to hit it out. So that ring's in there. So there's that ring in there. You can't necessarily get a tool in there. So yeah, I was trying to hit it out. It wasn't working. Then I ended up, I think the way you meant to do it is to try and get this lip up, but it was so close I didn't think I could get it. But I managed to get this on there and just hit it up and then worked it around. So that worked out all right. This tool has been one of the best tools I've ever bought, I reckon. It's like a ball joint separator or some shit, but it's awesome and it makes this tune. Gets way louder than that too. Anyway, I use that for hitting stuff all the time and it's been great. Because I don't have really any like cold chisels or anything around here. So I've just got like some sharp chisels, which you saw me try to use, but don't really do the job. So I didn't want to wreck them too bad. I kind of wrecked one, but you can always resharpen it, it's fine. Finally got them out. I thought I'd start with them. I don't know why, because they're, because this subframe's separate to the diff. Diff's still in that one, which I might leave in there to try and get them out. I don't know, whatever's kind of makes it easier to hold in that, because I don't even have a workbench. I broke this bench. Yeah, I don't really have a workbench in here yet, so it's a bit difficult to do stuff like this. As you can see, just made ship it on the floor, but you know, it goes to show you can do it with some will and a floor. Yeah, just use some shitty drill bits. So they were pretty good apart from snap tapes. Yeah, so that's those ones out at the bottom of the subframe. Next we got to do the diff. Get rid of that. But yeah, got to get these ones out. And you put in a diff riser in them so it lifts the diff up, which helps with the CV angle. So that's a great idea. And yeah, keep going. You know, there's not much explanation on how to do this stuff. So yeah, cool. Oh, well that's easier than expected. That was a little bit tighter. It's also cold outside at the moment, but I reckon I'll still go in. Oh, there it goes. Yep. Cool. Good to know. Just started drilling out this diff mount. You see? Slightly different, but about the same, but check this out. Fucking hell. That ain't doing much. Might be still slightly attached at the bottom. Yeah, maybe still slightly attached at the bottom, but we'll have a better look when I pull it out. But it's not doing much. Right, still going with these bushes. Got another one out just then. You know, wasn't fun. Got there in the end, but whatever. I ended up just doing the same, drilled it out, smashed it from the sides, in at the top, and then eventually managed to hit it down. And then I'm gonna start with this one, but look at this. That is a crack. I haven't even started bashing this one yet. Yeah, not good. It's gonna be a vast improvement. Last one out. Nice. There it is. As you can see by this one, I only hit it about 6 times. It's not all fucking rusty on the sides like that one. I didn't even hit this lip once. I thought I'd rather start down here from the bottom, pushing out, and worked. This one took me all of about 3 minutes to get out. Spent the last like hour on the other side, maybe half an hour, I don't even know. Happy with that one. As I'm done with like the most maybe stressful part, was also a little bit worried about putting in the new bushes or solid bushes, whatever. Test fitted one on the newer subframe over there. They dropped straight in. One needed a little push and then it like slipped into the right angle and dropped. So it should be super easy. I might give them a little bit of paint just because they were a little bit rusty. Probably doesn't even really need it. I might test fit that, but I'll give it a little clean with the wire brush. Make sure there's no shit on here, no burrs or anything. Keen to get this thing in and ruin my life by having solid bushes and shit. Cool, goodbye. Look at that. What a cutie. What a cutie. Oh yeah, that's icy. It's fucking cold, it's like burning my hand. All right, I'm gonna make sure we got this the right way as well. That's the bottom and we're raising the diff, so it goes in this way. Oh. I reckon that's gonna go in. Got a rubber mallet here. Just give it a whack, huh? Oh, there it goes. Nice. That's it. Very cool. See, I can still spin it, everything like that. We'll see how it goes once it warms up a bit. But yeah, the idea is that you have a block on the top, which is the same thickness as the factory one, and that spaces the diff up. Well, they're in. This one's tight. See how that one goes.
Here's what we got up to. Got the solid bushes in the diff. See if these are locked in. This one was loose. Still loose. Wow. It's in there now. Then we got that one. Got the mount on the front. Just these are tightened up. They stay loose. So chuck that on just to make sure it fit. That was all good. Hub's off. Rear hub. Down there is my DTS eliminator. So that bush in there is a more solid one than the factory. That's the one that deletes the rear steer. It's just a racing beat one, so it's not solid, but still a lot better than the factory for sure. Way more stable. Gave these just a light lick of paint. There's still a little bit of brown. Just did a quick one just to have something in there so it's not raw. So I want to start getting one hub on. I was going to do one at a time just so I can reference the other stuff. I'm gonna make sure you've got all these bolts and stuff. Make sure I put them in the right way with the washers. I'd probably remember, it's not super complicated, but I just wanna make sure it's done the right way. Right, I've just been held up trying to get these arms in so I can start putting one side together, but these ones do not fit. Not only do they not go all the way in,
They do under compression, like with the clamp, but then they come back out. Took the sleeve out, tried to push the bushes close together, but sprung back out. So not only that, but if you look at the stock one, it's only like 5 mil, and this is like 8. So that combined in there, where that only just barely fits, yeah, it's just way too long. So I might have to put in my old arms, and I'll put in all the rest of the Part Shop Max stuff, which means I'll be losing this solid bush up here. I think they said that one doesn't matter too much because that can't move. Video I watched or something said that doesn't matter because the rest of the hub can't move once the rest's done, but it will a little bit because I've got a softer DTS eliminator. It's just a fuck around, nothing ever goes well. And then I've got this thing still spinning around, which is concerning me, so yeah, I don't know what to do about that yet, but yep, we'll see. I'm gonna try find if there's a proper replacement, but I don't think I'll get it in time. It's already Wednesday today. I'm gonna wheel alignment on Friday, so yeah, not good. All right, another update. Thursday morning, last day to work on this. Wheel alignment tomorrow. These don't fit. They're too long, not only inside, outside edges are too thick as well. I'd say they're probably like 6 or 8 mil too wide. So I'm gonna cut them down. The one thing with those is you actually can't buy them for some reason. And I believe that the shops that sell them think that they're the same as the front. And they're obviously not. So the front must be wider, or these are completely wrong. Looked up a few and the measurements were similar to these, but maybe with thinner outer edges, but either way, they were too long in the middle. They were 30 mil each, and this thing only adds up to about, yeah, 55. So that's 55. But all the ones I found online were like over 30 mil each side, I'm assuming, because they'd be the same flipped. Inner length was 31 or 33 mil. Over 60 mil when that's 55, so way over. Chuck some grey paint on here that I just had. Just chuck that in there because this bush was still a bit loose. Thought if I just chuck some paint in there to pack it out a little bit, it'll hold it a bit more snugly. I wasn't too worried about it because it'll be under load in the car, but just make sure it doesn't rattle around, shit like that. Chucked one coat of paint in there, see if that makes a difference. I haven't frozen this again. Thought I'd just chuck it in and see how it goes. Soon it's so cold out here anyway. But yeah, gotta get those bushes out. That's gonna be fun. Already smashed my finger last night and just stopped. Right, I've moved outside. Realised I've got this bench out here, which is a metal frame. So hopefully I don't break it like my other thing. But got this metal frame table with shitty wood on top, and it's been better than doing it on the floor. So got these out. There's the two, you know what they look like, normal shit. So here's the first problem. It's not as bad now they're out. It was worse when they're in. There's like a couple mil of wiggle there at least. So a couple mil off there, so I'm gonna cut a bit off just one of these. So I'll cut a couple mil off them. Hopefully that'll fix that issue. Get them in nice and snug. So let's have a look in here. Second issue is that's too wide. I could maybe squeeze it in there, but it's gonna be real tight. As you can see, like overhanging, and that's with nothing between it. Plan is to cut a further bit off these two edges as well, just to bring that down. I still want a tight squeeze, but not that tight. So there we go. Got a sharp knife that I found on a roof the other day at a job. So we'll try that out, see how it goes. Should be chop time. Right, so just cut that out of one. You know, 3-4-ish mil. Cut about 4 mil out of just one of these, because you only need to do one because that won't change the spacing. But look at that, already way better. First problem fixed. I'm gonna try this just to have a look. Then if it's still too thick, which I think it will be, we will cut these down on both sides evenly this time, because or else it'll change the geometry. Because I don't know what I'm doing and we've got other adjustments on the chassis, we'll just do them both evenly. We'll cut them if we need to. But the reason I put them in first is so that this can hold it while I cut it. Should make it a bit easier instead of trying to hold it and cutting yourself in the fingers and shit. So just having a quick look, just push this in. It's a bit squishy. And it doesn't have the inner tube in yet, but I feel like maybe we could make that work now that I've got them all the way in. It would be better quality wise to do it like this, because we know it's all the exact same, but it just depends if you can get it in. Poly bushes can be a prick. So yeah, it's pretty squishy there. You can see kind of it pushing in, but it's definitely a lot easier than last time. I couldn't even get anywhere near that close last time. I might put the pin in, so that might push it out a little bit, and then we'll just see. Now it's back to how it was. Put the pin back in and fucking pushes it all out. So I had that like mint pushed in, just hammered both sides out again, and that's kind of as good as it wants to get in there. So it's just never fucking ending. All right, got this side in. So I did cut the inside, then put them in, they were mint. But then when I put the sleeve in, goes inside, they pushed back out heaps. So it kind of seemed like a waste of time when I did it. Then I tried to get this side in, and this side was even worse. These were both pushed out. You can see where the dirt is. That's how far they were pushed out. That one was kind of close. This one was heaps out. Cut one of these down. Hopefully it gives me a little bit more space where they can squish in. I reckon they're going in and then just compressing out. With this maybe is a bit too thick or something. But that's how they've designed it. These are hard as to get out. You see it's like completely dry. They were just absolutely jammed in there. It was fucked. It took 17 hours, but we did it. All together, look at that. Wow. Not all together, but arms are finally fucking in. It's taken me about, oh, that's a lot of hours. It's 3 o'clock. We started at like 9 or 10. So yeah, cool. Whole day pretty much to get these fucking things in. Pain in the ass. Second one was seized up. Finally got it out. Then started putting it back together, and the different grease I used was pushing it all apart. So just a piece of shit. But got in there eventually. See how much they squish up. They're not even tight and they full compress in. But got there in the end. So that's cool. Got these in. Got that in. I ended up just spray painting inside there. Did a couple thick coats of paint. Now I'm gonna start putting the arms in. Got this one here, just lining it up with the factory one. Kind of close enough. Probably go maybe one more out, but yeah, I think that's pretty good. Oh, by the time it's in there, it'll be sweet. So that, and then, where's my little thing? Lost it now, it's probably rolled away. Where is it? Oh well, I'll find it, might be in my pocket. And I'll just sit on there, like that. Woo! Oh, there it is. It's fallen off in there. There you go. These are really cool. I thought these were like a high misalignment spacer that goes in like that. No, they actually are a tapered shim to go in the chassis like that, I believe. And then that one as well. Not too snazzy. Very cool. Chuck them in. Then it'll start looking really good. If I just pause this for a second, show you. It's kind of cool how this works, but also super weird. But here's like your toe and caster, I think. Definitely toe. So you can twist that, obviously, same as any other thing. Just moves it in and out there. And then it pivots down here, so. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Doesn't help that the table's wobbly, but. Oh yeah, can you see that? So that's moving in as well, so that pivots down. Yeah, so weird. And that's jointed in there, double jointed. Yeah, funky shit. Just thought I'd show you that quickly if that worked at all. Pretty much all back together. Well, together for the first time, I guess. Looks good. I'm not actually quite sure which way the sway bar goes, but I think it's maybe that way. We'll work that out later, that's alright. That doesn't matter too much. Looking good, looking good. The solid bushes up here.
DTSS or TTS steering eliminator in here. Racing Beat one, so not actually sure what it's made out of, but it's pretty hard. Like you can't dig your nail into it or anything, so hard plasticky thing or something. Harder than this shit, obviously, like nylon-y shit. Solid front framey things. These are the pivot bowl ones. So to show you what they do, it's a 2-piece cup that goes in there. So basically it pivots the frame so that when you adjust all your camber and stuff, which changes this frame as well, so camber arm actually goes to here. In the RX7 FC, you have one camber arm, which is here to the chassis, goes straight up. The diff sits here, and that goes straight up, and that tilts this frame forward and back. So then you have these risers or ball joint things here that allow it to pivot, and once you adjust your wheel alignment and shit, these get locked in, so they don't actually move when you're driving. It's just to allow it to pivot. So yeah, you got 2 of them. The poly bushes in there that were a massive fuck around. And then the links here. I think these affect the camber as well. I'm not actually 100% sure. But I'm pretty sure they're a little bit shorter than the factory ones. So, you know, does something. No matter what, they are like a spherical type thing. Gonna have way less play and less bind. So no matter what, good. Even if the length wasn't different. So yeah, cool. Got one axle back in. What else? All the other things back in. Not that one because I got to replace this belt. So I'm going to do that in a minute. So I've got a fresh one on there. The other one must have caught an edge when I was at Geelong skid pan. Caught an edge in here somewhere and ripped up. That was super annoying. Thought I really broke something, but it was just that flapping around. Oh, here it is. Yeah, just got all bent up and shit, and I managed to fold it back on itself kind of to keep it kind of tight and not bind up more. So that was all right. Getting there. Look at that, looks way better. Cool as. Don't really like the silver, but on a time crunch, don't really care. Just want to get it in. No one's really looking under there anyway, so more about performance and looks, so cool. Right, still in the driveway. 11 o'clock, cold. But I think I've just finished the rear end install. So let's have a look. It's that dark. I remember I had a little spotlight thing, little work light. Put it in, worked for about 5 minutes, started going, died. So that was cool. But got out my shop lights for the eye to eye shop. Little camping lights. It's been a ripper actually, so they're really good. They're just getting in the way with the cords and all that shit, but what are you gonna do? So here we go. It's got the solid diff bushes up there and diff risers. They rise it up 15 mil or something, I believe it is the number, but you know, looks like 15, 20. Put the sway bar in the wrong way before, so when you saw that, it was the wrong way around. Axles in. We got the lateral link things. Don't know exactly what they're called. Caster arms, toe arms. Back to what I was saying. Alright. Got the caster toe arms in. As you can see there. Pretty cool. We've got the, I believe these are called camber links. So they link the bottom of the arm. Pretty cool. See that one there, good angle. Then we've got the camber arm. Goes straight up there. As I was saying before, these only have one camber arm in the RX7s, the FCs. So it goes straight up there. It's quite hard to see, but right next to the diff. That's it. Hang on, touch the screen. That's it, right. Where's my finger? Right there, the bottom goes up vertically to the chassis. Bit hard to show in the dark in the night time, but yeah, maybe over here would be better. Swap sides. Grab one of these lights. There we go. So you can see the top of the diff arm there. And that vertical link is the camber arm. And that's the subframe there, the black bit. And that's the diff and the nose. Solid diff mount up the front there. Can't really see, it's hidden. One of the things that went wrong, took me like an hour or two to get, there's like a tiny little bracket that holds the diff brace in. The bracket, you can see it connects those two bolts like there. I couldn't get that in because of the finger on the top. Fucking hell, it took me like at least an hour or two, I reckon. It was fucked. Got it in there eventually after dinner. 5-10 minutes after dinner, you know, you have a break and then shit sorts stuff out maybe, I don't know. Dropped the pads out of the brake over here and could not get them in for fucking ages. Like, I don't even know, 10, 20 minutes. Other one was already in, it was sweet, but the clips and the fucking springs fell out, so it was fucking annoying. Drive shaft back in, all that's good. That's kind of all I can show you in here, I think. But yeah, going back together, excited. Not excited for how long it's taken, but you know, here's what it is. I'm fucking tired, and I've still got to put the exhaust in, but I think that's it. So I'm going to show you that. So good night, get fucked. That's it. Show you some stuff, some skids soon. Goodbye. That looks like a lot of camera and a lot of toe.